Hi everybody, it is the Retro Yuki once again, welcoming you back to our tutorial series for VRChat. If this is the first time learning about VRChat and you want to learn more, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, and enable your notifications. And check out our VRChat socials as well in the description below. And if you guys want to support the channel financially, check out the Patreon or support via Cash App or PayPal. It links in the description below. If you are a Patreon member, you get a shout out at the end of the video starting soon. I'm going to make a customized section for you for our Patreon members. Now, we talked about mostly about the easy stuff in VRChat. The worlds, avatars, all that cool stuff. Now, we're going to get into the nitty gritty and we're going to talk about the serious stuff. And that is the settings. So let's take a look at settings here. Main menu, press escape or the main menu button on your headset. Let's go into settings, and that is where it gets really important. We're talking about the big boy settings. I'll talk about this in a moment. But that is the big boy settings. I call it the big boy settings because there's a lot. We have different options here. We have comfort and safety, mouse, voice options, other options, audio volume, microphone, and user volumes. The most important part is other options, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But first, let's take it step by step, and let's take a look at the bindings. We're going to start at the top here. We have bindings. Bindings are based on your keyboard, and you can see that here. And as you guys can see here, escape is the menu, Z is prone, C is crouch. This is useful for roleplay. V, if you hold V, is the toggle microphone. R is your action menu. Control N is for toggle nameplates. Control H is for the HUD. F12 is to take a screenshot, and Control with F12 combined is for a high resolution screenshot like a 1080p. Shift and escape is for safe mode. Safe mode refers to, like, let's say you might need to do safe mode when it's like avatars or like all the good stuff with your PC. It also helps with your safety options in that case. So check this out if you're interested. Unfortunately, you cannot change it from what I understand. You cannot change this, unfortunately. WASD, by the way, is movement. Gestures is F1 to F8, and of course F12 is for the screenshots. All right. Advanced settings. So here's where it gets interesting. You want to only use the first one, clear downloaded content cache. Clearing your downloaded content cache allows your downloads to be faster, especially when you're doing a big VRChat session. You want to clear this. What's going to happen though is you're going to have to reset VRChat before you can clear your content cache. You press the clear download content cache, and then when you restart VRChat, then it officially is off the board. Okay? Do not clear anything else though. That's dangerous. Okay. Comfort and safety. This is where we're going to get started with the big boys. Hollow port 3P locomotion. This is only for those of you with the VRChat headset of the HoloLens. So if you do not if you have HoloLens, this is a big setting for you. I don't, so I'm okay. Comfort tuning is also for HoloLens, so make sure you guys have one if you guys are going to use it. Personal space is where we can start talking about the settings now. Personal space, if you want a detailed description, basically it's when two avatars like are near each other. If personal space is on or checked, that means this distance right here is it. Like like social distancing in VRChat. You're only gonna be able to go here. If personal space is off, like here, then you'll be able to do this. That's why you see Volts the Hedgehog doing huggies, or boops, or head pats. And that's why I have it off for that reason. You guys love those head pats. You guys love those boops. You guys love those huggies. So that's why I keep it off. Now, the next one is called allow untrusted URLs. What is that? Well, this is actually for interactive video players. Allow me to show you a world called Tsunami Bar. Tsunami Bar is a world inspired by Las Vegas that has a video player as soon as it loads. So why does this matter? Well, it matters because in VRChat there's a video player in selected worlds. So as you can see, this is the Tsunami Bar, and as you can see, this is the Las Vegas. Okay. So if, in addition, let's go upstairs to the lounge. I call it the lounge in this world. So we go upstairs. You're going to notice there is a theater, but if you keep going this way, there's a bonus room on the left side here. And if we go to this bonus room, you're going to notice that there's a lookout of Las Vegas, but you also have this video player. Okay? This allows you to watch videos from YouTube in VRChat. To do so, click on the video tab and you're going to see enter video URL. Here you want to enter, well, a video URL from YouTube. Let's just say, for example, I'm going to choose a video on my channel for the sake of this tutorial. And let's go on to, let's do a random one. Assuming that my channel wants to load on me. Okay, let's go ahead and select let's go ahead and select this one. The highlights from Amy. I mean, yeah, the highlights from Shadow, I should say. Copy link address. Oh, that's why it didn't work. Okay. We're going back to the Tsunami Bar. So we're back. We back. We're back. Back again. Yuki's back. Tell your friends. Anyway, let's go back here to the video player. And then we just go to video. Let's enter that URL. You control V to paste it. I'm going to remove the code here. There we go. Press enter. And you could be able to watch whatever is on YouTube right here. Even a live show. This is the highlight video from a few days ago. And you're watching it right now in VRChat. And you can increase the volume. But what if I told you, let me pause this. Let me remove that now. But what if I told you, if we go back to settings here, if we allow untrusted URLs, then that means we're allowing other material other than videos. So please be very careful with this. Next setting is called streamer mode. Now, this setting is often on in terms of a good thing, bad thing. The good thing is with streamer mode, if you press this I button, streamer mode allows you to hide information about your location and display name while using VRChat. It also hides some methods users can get content on your screen, like images and thumbnails. This can be useful for streaming, like I do. However, if you're trying to find new friends, this is not good for you. The reason why is because they automatically decline friend requests no matter what. So be very careful if you're trying to use streamer mode. Streamer mode is usually for privacy reasons. But if you're trying to make new friends here on VRChat, do not use it because it will automatically decline them for you. So don't use it unless you absolutely have to. Okay, so that's a good indication that you want to make sure you read this. Next part, mouse. This is very straightforward. Sensitivity, how fast or how slow your mouse moves like in a video game. I keep this in the middle. Invert mouse look. So let's say that you go up, you put your mouse up, then you go up. If you go down, you go down. If you invert it, then down becomes up and up becomes down. I don't usually use this. Next one is in the middle, and we're going to talk about voice option. Voice option is going to be toggle voice mic defaults on and disable mic button. Toggle voice is an open mic option. So if you use toggle voice, that means it's an option to open up the mic. It's an open mic, if you will. Mic defaults on, mic defaults are on in terms of like default settings. And disable mic button is very straightforward. You disable the mic button. Alright, now let's get into the big boy. Other options. Show tooltips. Tooltips are like helpful hints in VRChat. If you want to use that, you can. Third person rotation. Third person rotation refers to the 3D effect of third person. Okay? I don't usually use this, okay? So don't worry about it if you do not need to. Skip go button in unload. The go button, if you remember, if we enter a new world, you have a go button when it's loaded. That saves a few seconds, by the way. The reason why you would keep it though is because let's say you need a restroom break, and automatically the world loads for you if you have this on. So if you have a restroom break, you can at least press the go button to start the next part of your session. Okay? But usually I keep this off. I keep this off on my main account too. All right. Now the big boy setting, and I think it's the most important setting, especially if you have VRChat. It's avatar cloning. What is this, and how is it a big setting? So in my last tutorial with avatars, I talked about general avatars, general plus avatars, and specific custom-made avatars. This setting is very important and vital for not only VRChat, but VRChat experience and your VRChat adventure. I will tell you, if you mess this up, you're in trouble. Alright? So be very careful with this. First off, there's a thing called general avatars. So you go to avatars. This one, this female character is a general avatar. Why? Because it's found in the VRChat home club, home world, and just go nuts, get it, have fun. It's your first one. This one from the Minecraft world is kind of a customized general avatar where they do not mind if you play with it. They don't. It's a generalized avatar. You have fun, you role play, you enjoy. Now, here comes the big one. There are specified avatars. What do I mean by specified customized? Well, you may have noticed that on my channel I've been talking about him a lot. And I'm talking about a character coming to VRChat called Francis the Hedgehog. But why am I talking about him too much? Because he's coming to VRChat and he is a customized, specialized avatar. So what does this have to do with avatar cloning? Because of this rule. So avatar cloning allows you to clone an avatar. Basically copy paste. But there's a very big rule. They will allow you to clone avatars if they're general or general plus, I like to call it. However, do not, I would repeat this again, do not allow avatar cloning when it comes to specified, customized, for you only avatars. I will warn you again, do not allow it because you never know what's going to happen. Okay? My buddy Votes the Hedgehog already knows that I already have it off. Now on this account, I don't care because I'm just using generalized avatars. But on my main one, I will have it off now because the fact that he's coming. Do not allow it. Trust me, it's not good. Okay? Because what happens when your avatar gets cloned? If it's a general avatar, they don't care. Just have fun. But if it's specified for you, oh boy, you're in trouble there. Why? Now, it's not generally a rule not to allow avatar cloning, but it's more of this avatar is made for you. It's like a special in your heart avatar. You paid for him sometimes. You pay for these avatars to be made for you from a fiber or from somebody you know. The avatar for Francis the Hedgehog is being made by a buddy of my buddy. For me. For us. For the fam. That's why he Votes told me not to allow it. Okay, to disallow avatar cloning, just uncheck it. That's it. And keep it off. Okay? Do not reallow avatar cloning even for a general avatar after you got your customized avatar, because if you accidentally do this, you're in trouble there. Okay? Do not do it. Horror stories are about to happen if you do that. Next setting, desktop recital. Basically the white circle that appears is off the board. That's how that works. Um, Next setting is going to be on. I usually keep the desktop recital on, by the way. Next setting is called Vibe Advanced Control. Basically, if you have the HTC Vive headset, you can use this advanced control mechanism for your experience. I don't have it, so I won't be able to use it. But if you have it, go ahead and go with it. Next option is a customized, if you guys want it. Show community labs. Basically, if you go to the worlds tab, if you allow that, there's something called community labs. Basically, what these are like work in progress not videos, but worlds where you can check them out. All these worlds are in what they call the development stage. So there are bugs to happen. So if you make worlds for VRChat, you can actually submit them to VRChat for a chance of them to be featured here. Now keep in mind that there are going to be some that are going to be buggy, if you will, and that's okay. That's why they're called why I call them development worlds, because they're in development. So it's okay. You do not need to have this on. It's basically another way to showcase support for those who make worlds like the Black Cat, like Community Labs. Okay, so check those out if you are interested. Next setting. Told you that is a big boy. And it's usually on the top right corner. Audio volume. That is very straightforward. But I do want to warn you a little bit. Master volume is the master volume. UI and menu is like sound effects. World is like the world volume in terms of music. Voices refers to the voice of your microphone. Avatars is avatar voice and all that cool stuff. And that's it for that. Now, I do want to give you a heads up. Keep your music volume low for the most part, especially if you're streaming, because you never know what's going to happen in an open lobby. They might play music and that might be copyrighted, and I don't want you to do that. So I don't want that for you because you might get copyright claim and stuff, and it's going to be a mess. So that's why I keep the world volume 0. The UI menu, that's fine. You can keep that. Voices and avatars, you keep in there. Microphone. This is very important only for those of you who use the microphone for like chatting. Please select the correct microphone you want to be projected into VRChat when you're playing a VRChat session. For example, I use my voice mod, so I have to use my voice mod audio device. Keep in mind you need to have your drivers updated if you're gonna do that. And that's it for the big boy settings. But there's more. Let's go ahead and go to the main menu again, and let's go to the quick actions and quick area. You want to click this cog to check out other settings. We have a few more, but it is straightforward stuff mostly. Nameplate display refers to your name on the top of your character's head. Your name is going to be the display name based on what you set up for VRChat account. That's going to be your nameplate display. Your nameplate settings refers to your size, visibility, opacity, all this cool stuff that you usually see on there. And then we have QM info. The quick menu info is also to be in there. Fallback icon refers to your avatar. So if you go to avatars here, you have a fallback. Your fallback is a extra avatar given to you in the event that your main avatar is not working. So that's your fallback. Just in case. It's like you're in case of emergency type of avatar. Your HUD toggle, if you have it off, then that means you don't see the microphone button flashing. Or you don't see the recital on your keyboard on the screen. What this is useful for is, let's say you have a video and you want to see everything without things on the screen. This is what that's for. So you can see clearly now that the HUD is gone. No pun intended to the song. But that's how you use this. I usually keep it off. When I started VRChat Live, I kept it on. But now that we're getting used to our guest, I usually have it off. The only thing I keep on is the nameplate display, because that's how I use the end credit sequence. That's how I give you like your shout out and all that cool stuff that I do with the edit sequence, and that's why it takes like 7 hours to edit one. Okay, so that's how I do those. Next one is the tooltips, and that is more like for the tips and tricks. Comfort mode is about like comfort level. I usually keep this on the person walking, so you're good there. And finally, last but not least, is your debug options. And debugging refers to like your frames per second, your ping, and your build. Now build is always going to stay the same until they update the thing. So usually they update the build number when they update the whole software. So FPS stands for frames per second, everybody's favorite thing. Ping refers to your internet. So the lower ping you have, the more better it is, because your speed on the world will be higher. Okay, the best FPS and ping is 60 frames per second, and your ping should be lower than 60 to make it faster. If it's higher than 60, then there's a few things they can fix. Your internet and most likely your connection. That's my tips for you on that. And the final thing you can do is the pin, FPS, and ping. And it will be up on the board here when you do your main menu. And it updates every time your ping changes like it did right there. My ping was at 40, now it's at 41, 44. And it keeps going up and down. And if we go ahead and we move stuff, let's go ahead and move. If we hit it again, it's at 42, 43, and so on. So sometimes though, let's get on this elevator and start moving down. So there is an elevator in the tsunami bar. So we're gonna go downstairs. Let's see how it changes. So the FPS is 5960. So it's almost locked. So I'm okay. So you want to make sure you got at least 60 frames per second in there. And different time. Now keep in mind that if you have a lot of people in here, that frame rate may go up or down depending on if they do the avatar changes, and which is why I do not recommend changing avatars during a VRChat session, unless of course you have to for like roleplay purposes. But basically, that is it in terms of settings on your VRChat experience. I know that was a long one, and I'm going to tell you that was a long one because there's a lot to discuss when it comes to settings in a VRChat open lobby. Our next tutorial is going to be on safety. We're going to be talking about safety options for you. We're going to talk about safety options in terms of like performance, and we're going to take a look at how to set up the avatar featured shield. And that is going to be important, especially if you have customized avatars in your open lobbies. Okay, that is coming up next time here on our tutorials. Make sure you guys leave that like, hit that share, and enable your handsome notifications. We'll be back with our next tutorial very soon. Shout outs to our Patreons, Jimmy Dukes Gaming, and the Unfortunate One. And we'll see you guys in our next tutorial about safety. And then I'm going to give you guys tips and tricks on how to make your open lobbies a lot smoother. Enjoy, and of course, as always, happy VR chatting.